I'm going to be talking now about rational numbers. Most numbers that we deal with are called real numbers. There are two major groups of real numbers. There are rational numbers and irrational numbers. Rational numbers are any number that can be written as a fraction. So this would include negative numbers. This would include any normal numbers like 5 and 6, as a whole number can be written as a fraction above 1. This would include decimals that are either terminating, which means that they end, or are repeating, as repeating decimals can be written as a fraction. Irrational numbers would be decimals that do not terminate, they continue on forever, such as pi, and the square root of numbers that do not have a perfect square. For example, the square root of 4 has a perfect square, which would be 2 squared equals 4, so the square root of 4 would be 2. The square root of 3 does not have a perfect square. 3 does not have a perfect square, therefore that would be an irrational number. So if we are asked to write a number as a rational number, we are going to write it as a fraction, if possible. Let's take, for example, if I have the square root of 16 over 4. To write that as a rational number, I'm going to simplify it the most possible. So I'm going to start off by dividing inside the fraction, inside the square root, 16 divided by 4 is 4. Now I know the square root of 4 is 2. To write that as a rational number, I'm going to put it over 1. So 2 over 1 would be in the reduced rational form. So if I have a square root with a fraction inside, I can divide and then find the square root of that number. Now if I have a fraction such as 16 over 2, 16 divided by 2 would be 8. 8 is not a perfect square. There is no square root of 8, therefore that would be an irrational number. If I have a decimal, and I would like to write a decimal as a rational number, the process is very simple. Let's say, for example, I have 0.025. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my number and I'm going to place it as a fraction. The numerals will be in the numerator. For the denominator, I'm going to take the very last place value. In this case, 5 is in the last place value. We have tenths, hundredths, thousandths. That is in the thousandths place, so I'm going to put 25 over 1,000. Now I have to make sure I reduce that. 25 can be divided by 1,000. So if I do 1,000 divided by 25, 0, 0, 4, 0. So it would be 40 times, so the answer would reduce to 1 over 40. So if I want to change a decimal to a fraction, I simply write the decimal in the numerator over the last place value and reduce. That is how we write it as a reduced rational number.